Learned it all coming into this game about kind of a letdown a little bit because there was kind of a homecoming, hated rival last week and short week and all that stuff?
No, I mean, it's football, right? So, outside in, there's one perspective, and inside out, there's another perspective. And I think, this team understands, it's kind of a cliche deal, but these guys are better at 4 quarters and 1 game at a time. And it's not just playing, because they played hard all year. It's the execution for 4 quarters on all 3 phases, and we weren't perfect, and that's what we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks. Things are going to happen, but when it says 0-0-0 at the end of the game, if we play for 4 quarters and execute, then we'll check the scoreboard.
What's been different about the defense the last few weeks?
What do you mean?
Just they've been impressive the last couple of weeks. Just what have you seen out of them?
No, we've obviously we've moved some people around. We've had some guys that have come in and filled in. I mean, we've lost, 2 defensive ends. We've lost a couple guys in the back end, and our linebackers. I think Pandy has really given us a chance to get Tony and Colin off the field and rotate him so he's not playing. Those guys aren't playing 75 snaps. The move of PJ to end has really helped to get our best players on the field. And then we've had some guys come on and make some plays. So I think there's a growing confidence in those guys around each other, just because they've played a lot of football. They've been all over the place, and we've had rotating lineups really the first 5-6 weeks, and with guys that were injured, out, whatever. And I think what you're seeing is about the same, roughly 14, 15 guys playing on defense right now who communicate.
How special was it that JJ looked as good on his 40th carry as he did his first?
Well, that's not the plan is not to hand it to him 40 times. And somebody brought it up in here about 6 weeks ago, that we took him off kickoff return. So otherwise it'd have been another, but Stanley did a nice job, Bear Hill, but we've got to find ways and got to get, Gary getting back. Mariscal did a nice job when he was in there, but JJ's he's a machine. He wants to play, and he plays hard. I mean, you look at some of those runs, and his big games were 200 yards or 300 yards. He's ripped off some explosive plays, 40, 50, 60-yard runs. Tonight his longest was 21. So he worked for every yard he got, and I think our offensive line, did a nice job and schematically our offensive staff did a nice job of attacking the edges. I think Khalil, carrying out his fakes and doing some other things really has helped, because you can see when he took off and ran tonight, that's the first time anybody's seen him hit that. And for this team and for the guys I just talked about, you saw limping. Lath has been limping. Khalil, JJ, 40 carries. The bye week comes at a really, really good time for us, because for 10 straight weeks, these guys haven't done everything right, but they play really hard. And as a coach, that's what you ask for. And this break comes at a good time for us.
How much did the run game help set up some of those long passes, because maybe forcing Colorado to stay honest?
I think really since Oregon State, that we've been able to do some things in the run game that's taken pressure off of Khalil, taking some pressure off of they had a really nice scheme against Poindexter. Had a roll corner and basically they said, you're not going to throw Poindexter's ball tonight, which was kind of frustrating to him with a safety over the top and a corner there that was low and rolled up. But, when you do that, I told Sean, when you do that, that creates some other run fit situations. And so that's as good as him catching 10 balls, so, I think that sets up some things, and we had some play action opportunities because of that. But, everything works together. And it's no secret, if you can run the ball effectively, then, you feel good on third down if you're managing, not behind the chains, and then your play action can come off of that. And, whenever you can run it, and, whatever you're averaging, I don't know what that was, but it was good enough to settle Khalil down and put pressure on everybody on third down to be able to, 3rd and 8, 9, 10. It's a different game.
Kevin, in sports, a lot of it has to do with confidence and momentum. What have the last 2 weeks done for you guys?
I don't know. I mean, I think, we talked about, big sign downstairs says it's about us. It's not about the other team. And, regardless of who we're playing, if we control what we can control, and that's our effort and our execution and our energy. And so, for us, I think this team understands that, that's their focus doesn't need to be the opponent, the focus needs to be on us. I mean, how we can be better, how we play, the standard, and how we, all three phases. And so, we weren't perfect tonight, but, the execution piece has been a big difference in the last 2 weeks.
What do you think makes Khalil so effective when he's throwing on the run or throwing in those scramble drill situations?
Because he keeps his eyes downfield, and he's got an unbelievable arm to throw on the run. So, there's a lot of people that can do that, but can't throw like that. And, there's the good with the bat, right? He took off tonight, ran. There's 2 other times he could have done that. Probably should have just put the ball down and taken off. But, the guy, we threw, a couple touchdowns doing that too. So, that's, I think he, as his health gets better, right? I think he understands things a lot more than he did at the beginning of the year. But as his health gets better, I think you see a confidence in him right now too. Because, that's as fast as I've seen him since spring football.
Time for one more question?
You guys had 12 penalties for 129 yards tonight, second week in a row, I guess.
Awful.
10 plus. What do you need to do to kind of make sure that doesn't happen again?
We address it during practice, and I got to be careful what I say, but we address it during practice. All right, and that's about all I can say about that.
All right, thank you, Coach.